Well, unfortunately, John, we're gonna have to place under arrest right now today, though, on the probable cause arrest.
Really?
Yeah, until, because like I said, we talked to the county attorney on it. You will have the right to face your accusers, okay? I would recommend you, if you've got that video surveillance that can prove somehow you didn't leave after a certain time, that would be good. But right now, we have to do what we have to do. And what'll more than likely happen is you'll be seen by a judge tomorrow, and probably, I don't think they're gonna set any kind of crazy bail or anything,
You've gotta be kidding me.
so.
No, we ran this by the county
I
attorney.
mean, we get information, John, we have to follow up on it, okay?
Well, I understand that, but I didn't do it. I mean, how can you?
Well, and I think the evidence will show that then if you didn't do it,
Well, yeah.
Because we will follow up with the friends. You're gonna. Okay, so what's your full name and date of birth?
Belita Lum,
Can you spell Belita for me?
Belita Lom. I don't have a middle name, so.
Okay, date of birth?
5/14/66.
Okay. We're talking about an incident that happened the night of the 9th. Or would it be early morning hours of,
Saturday, it would be
Okay.
Saturday. I really don't know about the time.
okay,
I know, well, it was in the evening, I know that, so.
dark out or,
Yeah, it was dark out.
okay, but not sure what time.
No, I really can't remember the time, because I wasn't really paying attention to the time. I mean,
Okay, but after
it was
dark.
Bearfest and my husband was, their class reunion was going on, and
Okay,
so I really wasn't paying attention about the time.
okay, so where were you, I guess? Let's just kinda start from the beginning, where were you at?
We were at the municipal liquor store in Northome.
Okay. And just kinda, how did things kinda transpire?
Basically, well, we were outside,
Mhm.
where the smoking areas. I was with, another gal.
Okay,
She's got a restraining order against Rick because she has a child with him and she smokes. I mean, she's not pregnant now, but,
mhm,
and we were just kinda talking because, he was employed by us at one time.
okay,
But he's no further employed by us. He hasn't been since, probably like the 22nd of June.
okay.
Um,
So he's employed with you up until June.
yeah, only for like probably about maybe almost a year.
Okay,
And my wedding rings were stolen.
okay,
And basically, we kind of hear through the grapevine, that he was the one that stole them.
okay,
So that's basically why he was fired.
okay, so fired for the stolen ring.
Yeah, I can't prove it, but I mean, there's several people that have said yes, that he tried to sell them to somebody in Red Lake, and they said they didn't want nothing to do with them, because they obviously knew they're stolen.
Yeah,
So anyways, we were just talking, and his sister was out there, and she was just kind of mouthing off, and I was just saying, I'm like, you know what your brother is,
mhm,
and her and Courtney kind of got into a scuffle. She hit Courtney over the head with a beer bottle.
okay, who's Courtney? How do we know Courtney?
Courtney is one of his not ex-wives, but ex-girlfriends. They have a child together.
Okay,
And she has a restraining order against Rick for that.
so Courtney has a child with Ricky, and she got hit in the head, the beer
With
bottle?
a beer bottle by his sister Marianne, yes. I think her last name is Moyer, Courtney Moyer. I don't remember. She's married, and
So, beer bottle.
yeah, that should be on file. She said the restraining order. But anyways.
Ricky's sister, okay.
Anyway, so that scuffle happened, and then I went back inside, and then Rick lives right next door.
Okay.
I'm like right next door
Okay.
to the liquor store, and I was standing there talking to somebody, and he was out there, you know, kind of looking at me, you know, and I think he went like this or something like that, you know. I assumed he wanted to talk, you
Okay.
know. So I went down and I opened the door and
Door to.
I went down the steps at the municipal in the back.
So you were inside.
I was inside, yes. I was in the
Okay. He
municipal.
was outside.
He was outside at that time, but
Okay.
he stepped in to punch me.
But when he motioned for you to come out, he was outside.
He was outside, yes.
Okay, there must be obviously a window back there.
Yeah, there's a big window. I mean, it's
Okay.
probably bigger than this.
Okay.
Maybe about that size. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyways, so I went down there, you know, and all of a sudden, opened the door, and he stepped in and just socked me.
Okay.
And I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming it's because of what happened with his sister and Courtney, and I was up there, you know, and
Mhm.
I don't know what she said to him, you know,
Okay.
because I wasn't there. But, and then that's just chaos, you know. I
Okay.
tried to fight back, but obviously there's just no way. I mean, he's
Right.
a heck of a lot bigger than I am. I mean, not
Right.
tougher than I am, you know.
Right.
And then some other people, this gentleman that my husband knows was coming out of the bathroom, had looked down at just at that time when he hit me
Mhm.
and came down and took him off me, and they took him outside.
Okay.
So, and I know that his sister's trying to say that she hit me, but she wasn't even there at that moment, you
Okay.
know, so there's no way that she could have hit me.
Sister wasn't even there. Okay.
Well, she was there, but she was at their house, which is down the sidewalk.
Yeah, she wasn't in the immediate area.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Okay.
so.
Okay, so after he punched you again, did people just kind of like dogpile,
Yeah, well,
or
It
just
was just a
brawling?
basically. And then
Okay.
she was on top of my husband's friend from school, a classmate.
Okay.
So I went over there and got her off, and we kind of scuffled a little bit, you know.
Mhm.
And I don't know. And then all of a sudden, they're like, the cops are called, and everybody just kind of got up, and that's when then the police came, and we were inside by then, and that's when I was speaking to your officers.
Okay. And what about after?
Okay, Saturday, August 15th, 2015, 12:10 p.m., calling Northome Municipal Liquor Store.
Northome Uni.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Super, can't complain on a beautiful sunshiny day like today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Say, I heard you guys had some fireworks up there on the 9th of last Sunday or something like that. Some shooting or something like that at the Muni?
I wasn't at the Muni, it was outside.
Oh, okay. Some guy who got drunk and started shooting or something, or what?
We have no idea.
Oh, okay. Do you have surveillance video of that?
Nope.
Oh, you don't have any.
Just on the inside, nothing happened inside, so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who am I speaking with?
This is Terry Nemmers.
Okay.
I don't live anywhere near you. I just someone called me and said that there was some fireworks up there, so I just wanted to call to see if what happened or whatever. So.
Yeah, and you know what? None of us really know because they kind of like said, okay, all the lawyers and everybody's taking care of it, the cops. So all we know is hearsay, which is nothing. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I heard some wild rumor that some machine gun fire was going on. God.
I do not know what was shot. Nothing at all.
Well,
Nothing at all. We just all hear lots of rumors, so we won't know any. Probably never know any of the truth. So.
Right. Well, I have a hard time believing the machine gun thing. So you know how things get blown way out of
Oh, yeah.
proportion. So.
Oh yeah, you never know. Who knows? It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so who knows what happened? So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. Well, it's a good thing you weren't having to work at that time. So.
That's right. And we had nobody was around, no employees were around, so we really didn't have a whole lot to worry about. I mean.
Well, that's good.
So.
So no bullets hit the building or anything like that, or okay.
No, not that we know of. I don't know. The cops, we're just kind of workers. The cops have been doing all that, and other people have been looking at that stuff. So
Okay.
I have no idea. Who knows if they'll ever tell us?
Okay. Well, as long as you're safe, that's the important thing.
That's right. We
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. So did anyone get hurt? Did you hear? Or? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, nobody got hurt.
Okay.
That we know of.
Okay.
Again, it's all been kind of hearsay, and
Right. Right. Well.
depends who you talk to on which day,
Yeah. Exactly. 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 Well.
I don't know. It's just kind of, it happened, and now nobody's talking about it. It's done. Now we're on to the next rumors in town. So
There you go.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them in town, I'm sure.
that's right. Just another small town Northome weekend.
Exactly. You're just waiting for this weekend to see what the new one's gonna be.
See what comes up tonight. Yep.
Well, the unfortunate thing, there's always someone to create some drama.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah. There always is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Oh sure, no problem.
Well, I'm glad you're safe.
All right, we are.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. Okay, Lord be the guardian of my mouth. November 24th, 2015, 9:47 a.m. Calling Chelsea Elhard, City Clerk Treasurer of City of Northome.
The party you have dialed does not answer. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah, Chelsea Elhart, the City Clerk Treasurer of Northome. This is Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. It is Tuesday, November 24th, 2015, 9:48 a.m. And I'm wondering what happened to my data practice request that I submitted to you on Friday, October 19th, 2015 at 12:09 p.m. I asked you for the free electronic public information, current contracts for the Koochiching County Law Enforcement Protection and Prosecution, Northome Data Practice Manual, Personnel Handbook for the City of Northome, Northome Municipal Liquor Store Policy and Procedure Manual, No Trespass Orders 2019 to the present, barring Richard Leroy Leach III from the Northome Municipal Liquor Store. This is free electronic, readily available information. You're required to produce it. And geez, now it's been like 7 weeks, and I think if you've had any training in the data practice laws, then you would know that anything over 5 weeks is certainly not reasonable in a response to a data request. And you haven't responded to a data request, to my data request for readily available free electronic public information. And, that's not allowed. So I'm trying to wonder, are you trained to do the data practice laws? Is that part of your job description to do this data practice, these procedures? Have you any signed the policy and procedure manual for the City of Northome, that that you received the policy and personnel handbook and the data practice manuals for the City of Northome, and that you've read and understood the policies and you're willing to follow them? I'm just trying to figure out if you have a job description that says that you're allowed to think and act like
You
you're
have reached the maximum message length. To send this message, press 1. To review your message, press 2. To re-record your message from the beginning, press 3. Message sent. Goodbye.
Okay, calling Chelsea Elhart back again, City of Northome.
Hall, this is Chelsea.
Yeah, this is Terry Numbers. How you doing today?
Good.
Well, that's good. I just was leaving a message on your voicemail and it ran out, so I was going to call back and finish up on my message, but since I got you, this works out pretty good. Anyhow, I submitted a data request to you on October 9th, 2015. Let's see, it was Friday, October 9th, 2015 at 12:09 p.m. and today is Tuesday, November 24th, 2015 at 9:52 a.m. and I still have not even received an acknowledgement that you've received my data request. And by law, you are required to respond to my data request, which you haven't, and it's been 7 weeks now. And if you're familiar with the data practice,
I am not.
okay. Well, that's the thing. So I'm trying to figure out: aren't you the data practice person?
I do, yes, I am. And what is this for? What is this data practice? What is it?
Well, I asked you for, let's see, the contracts for Koochiching County Law Enforcement, Protection, and Prosecution, the Northome Data Practice Manual, which is either supposed to be on your website or handed out freely, the Personnel Handbook for the City of Northome, and the Northome Municipal Liquor Store Policy and Procedure Manual, the Trespass Orders from 2009 to the present, barring Richard Leroy Leach III from the Northome Municipal Liquor Store, because it's my understanding that he was barred from the liquor store when he punched John Lom's wife at your liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I mean, this is readily available, free electronic public information. And I was on your website, and I see that the last time you updated your city council minutes was March of 2011. So I'm kind of wondering what you actually do there all day long.
I'm not the one who updates the website. We have somebody else that updates the website for us.
So in other words, they haven't been updating that website since 2011, March 2011. But isn't that your job to make sure that they update your website?
Actually, the website is in process of kind of changing and doing some other things. So
Okay.
that's all in process of getting changed over and doing other things with it.
Well, it just kind of goes into this, the attitude. I even see you got special spelled wrong in the minutes for February 2010. Anyhow, it just kind of goes in along with this. You don't really care what's going on with your job and my data request, and I don't appreciate that. I think it's part of your job description not to antagonize people and to handle things which don't arouse antagonism and treat people respectfully. And I don't know how you are treating me respectfully and when you're trying to antagonize me by not even responding to my data request.
And I completely apologize for that. That was not my intent at all.
Well, again, you said you do these data practice requests.
I don't know what a data practice request is, so that's why, this is new to me. I'm new to this job, so
When did you start?
I started about 2 years ago, and I'm still learning every day of what else goes on within the city.
So in other words, you're telling me you're incompetent? You haven't been competent to do your job for 2 years?
I'm feeling very attacked by you right now.
Well, I don't like how you're misrepresenting what I'm doing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not misrepresenting.
Yeah, of course you are. I'm stating
I'm
facts.
not at all, and I completely apologize that I have not responded to your email, and I have not.
You're insulting my intelligence right now because you said you just started your job. Then you tell me it's been 2 years since you started your job. No person in their right mind would hire you if you didn't know how to do data practice requests 2 years ago. And if you hadn't been able to accomplish data requests, so in other words, you're telling me that you haven't accomplished a single data request in 2 years. Is that what you're really telling me? See, that's treating me with disrespect because you're insulting my intelligence. See?
And what is your name again?
My name is Terry Dean Nemmers, the guy who sent you the data request on October 9th, 2015, Friday at 12:09 p.m. That's who I am. Have
feel
you?
like you're being very rude to me right now, and I don't
No,
appreciate
I'm
it.
stating facts. You don't
Yes.
like those facts. You feel threatened by the truth. If you feel threatened by the truth, then that's not my problem, that's your problem, because you're the one who's engaging in passive-aggressive behavior, and I don't appreciate that. Do you understand that?
I'm not. I have apologized to you for
No, you are not
responding.
apologizing to me because you're coming up with ridiculous excuses why you are not qualified to do these, because for 2 years apparently you've been bumbling and fumbling along in your job and just magically can't get this data request submitted. See, it's real simple. It's readily available information. All you have to do is do something called hit reply and attach this readily available free electronic public information to the attachment and hit send. That's real simple. See, I don't appreciate people trying to play dumb with me. See, I'm a highly intelligent individual, and I can tell when someone's playing dumb with me, and you are not very good at it. Do you understand that?
I'm not playing dumb with you at all.
Yes, you are. See, what I need now is I need a copy of your job description. I also
would be glad to send it to you.
Good. I also need a copy that you are in compliance with the Minnesota Data Practice Act, because pursuant to statute, it says you are required to send a notification to the Commissioner of Administration saying that you have adopted the model policies. See? Because I'm reading from the model policies, and it says that you're supposed to provide me with electronic information if it's in your possession. Obviously, you have a personnel handbook, which is electronic because you created it on a computer. All you need to do is send me that information. Of course, I want the 2015 policy and procedure manual. I also want the 2015 data practice manuals. See, so I don't want anything from, the 1950s or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Yes, I will send you the ones that I have carries on file and that we continue to use. The last one was probably updated probably about 5 years ago.
Okay, so
it hasn't been updated since.
so in other words, even more reason to give me belief that you people are just sitting around doing nothing. See? Because when did you last update your data practice manual?
It was updated prior to me starting.
Oh, because pursuant to statute, it says it's supposed to be updated by August 1st of each year. So thank you for that admission that you've been sitting around doing nothing for the last 2 years.
Do you want to, please, I have a meeting to get to. Do you want to send me your email that you sent me prior, and then I can respond to it as soon as possible?
Well, actually, it's your job to go look for it. I'm not going to send my email again because you have it in your possession. It's just real simple. It's under lionnews@gmail.com. lionnews00@gmail.com. I need to know, who is your city attorney?
Joseph Boyle.
Joseph Boyle. B-O...
Y-L-E.
Okay, what's his phone number?
Let me get it for you. His phone number is 218 283
218
9481.
9481. Do you have his email address?
Yes, I do. It is G-B-L-A-W.
Okay, start over. I couldn't hear, you were muffled or something.
G-B-L-A-W.
JD Law.
Yep.
Okay.
At frontier.net.
Frontier.net. Okay. Alrighty, so when am I going to get this readily available free electronic public information?
As soon as possible.
Well, what does that mean? That could mean in the next year. I mean, because you said you are not qualified to do your job for the last 2 years. You haven't updated your policy and procedure, your data practice manual for 2 years. So, I mean, that could mean anything up to 2 years. I need a date set specific, date and time.
Okay, when you contact my city attorney, then he can contact me and we will discuss a date.
So in other words, you're not qualified to do this. You have to ask. He has to put words into your mouth to tell you how to do your job.
No, and I don't appreciate you continuing to tell me that I am not qualified for my job.
Oh no, you've admitted that you're not qualified to doing
I
your
have
job.
not admitted. You
Yes,
are
you
putting
have.
words in my mouth. I don't appreciate how I'm being treated by you. I'm feeling very attacked by you.
Yeah, you're
and
being
I don't
attacked
like
with the
this at
truth.
all.
You're being attacked
not.
with the truth.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I have to go to a meeting right now. I apologize that I have to end the phone call, but I have to go to a meeting right now.
Okay, I expect my information to show up today.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, it is November 24th, 2015, 10:10 a.m., calling Joseph M. Boyle, Jr., the city attorney for the city of Northome.
Law office.
Yes, is Mr. Boyle in the office today?
He is. He's with a client right now.
Okay, is he the only city attorney for the city of Northome?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mr. Boyle have a voicemail that I could leave a message on?
That would be me.
Oh, you're the voicemail. All right, that's fine. I just I had a harassing conversation. I was being harassed by the city clerk treasurer, Chelsea Elhard, the city of Northome.
Okay, just a second. I gotta. Okay. Okay, can I get a phone number for you?
We're going to take my information down?
Oh, well, your name, yes, sorry.
Okay, it's Terry, T as in Tom, E-R-R-Y, Nemmers, N as in Nancy, E, M as in Mary, M as in Mary, E-R-S. And my phone number is 320-283-5713. Anyhow, I was...
Just say this, okay, give me your last name again. For some reason,
That's fine.
my hearing isn't that good. Terry what?
Nemmers, N as in Nancy, E,
Okay.
M as in Mary, M as in Mary, E-R-S.
Okay, and your phone number again?
320
Okay.
283-5713. And it's about how I'm being harassed by this Chelsea Elhard. She's the city clerk treasurer of Northome. I submitted a data request 7 weeks ago on October 9th, 2015. Let's see, what time did I send it? Let's see, 12:09 p.m. And so
Okay.
and then
You're going to have to discuss that with Joe because I am not an attorney. So I will
Well,
I'll just have him give you a call, okay?
well, I figured, seeing so you're his voicemail, you want to have an idea what's going on, so you could relay it to him. You know,
Well,
so.
I do have a harassing conversation, but beyond that, he'll...
Well, I was being harassed by her, not it's.
Right, I got that.
Okay, yeah, and for this information, a data request that should, for readily available free electronic information, that should have just been emailed to me immediately. Instead, I have to call and then get this more harassment from her in person. She's making up these wild and outrageous tales that she's new to the job, but she's been on the job for 2 years. She's the data practice person. She doesn't know how to do data practice, and now she needs the city attorney to tell her when she can send this information. I understand how this all works. I've been through the harassment script before. She's waiting for the city attorney to tell her how to harass me even more, and I don't appreciate that. So that's the thing. I want my information emailed me today.
All right, well, I will give Joe the message.
Thank you. I appreciate your
All
help.
I can do.
That's fine. I appreciate your help.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye. Okay, November 24th, 2015, 12:43 p.m., calling Joseph M. Boyle, attorney for the city of Northome.
Law office?
Yes, is Mr. Boyle in the office today?
He's on another line right now. May I ask who's calling?
Well, this is Terry Nemmers. I spoke to you a little while ago, and I told you about the problems.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I just received a harassing email from your Joseph M. Boyle, city attorney for the city of Northome. He says, Mr. Nemmers, today the city clerk of Northome, population approximately 200, learned of your data practices request. As a city attorney, the clerk appropriately contacted myself. I can assure you that the city will be following the Data Practice Act, which means we will be responding within a reasonable time. Thank you for your anticipated patience. Very truly yours, Joseph M. Boyle, attorney for the city of Northome. Well, the only problem is that I sent my data request to the city clerk and the mayor at the same time. So apparently the city attorney didn't even bother to examine the email that I sent, or he did, and just thought I was retarded or stupid, or, both.
I'm going to put you on hold.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Is this the city attorney?
I am the city attorney for Northome since 1975.
Okay, Joseph M. Boyle then. That's who I'm speaking with?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just received your harassing email. You know, you're going on about Northome's got a population of 200, which I couldn't care less about. It's got nothing to do with my data practice request. You're making these wild and outrageous claims. It's the first time that the city of Northome learned about my data request, which I sent on Friday, October 9th, 2015 at 2:09 p.m., which of course was sent to Northome at paulbunyan.net and corwhite@gmail.com. And I do believe that's Corey White, the mayor of Northome, correct?
To be honest with you, sir, I usually deal with the city clerk, and I believe you may be correct, but I haven't really, I generally talk to one of the other city councilors, so I haven't really tracked who has been the mayor the last 4 or 5 years.
You don't know who the mayor is of the city you represent. That seems odd to me.
I work closely with the clerk and a couple of the city council members that has been working, and I believe you're correct, but I don't believe I've talked to the mayor in a number of years, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I have...
The last time I talked to the mayor is Corey White. Now...
Okay, well, I have...
Let me finish talking, sir.
Okay.
I promise you that we will be complying with the Data Practices Act.
Well, you already haven't, though.
There is no way that anything I've sent to you could be as you have categorized, and we will be getting back to you.
Well, actually, it is harassing.
What'd you say, sir?
It is harassing.
Well,
you're making wild and outrageous claims that are not true. The thing is, I have been in communication with your mayor, Corey White. I have a hard time believing that you haven't.
The reality, sir, is that I was called by the clerk today. You evidently told her that you knew that she had not opened the email. Now,
no, I didn't say that. I am recording the call just like you're recording the call, so I know exactly what was said and done.
No, I'm not recording the call.
Well,
let me just tell you this, sir.
I am recording the call. I'll put you on notice of that.
Sir, can you let me finish talking? Now, the reality is, sir, that she tells me she became aware of it today, and
that's not my problem.
We understand our responsibility under the Data Practices Act to get it to you within a reasonable period of time.
And you're already over that reasonable period of time.
Now, I can only deal with what I know of, and they tell me it began today.
No, it didn't. It began 7 weeks ago.
Anyway, the thing is, sir, is it will be responded to within a reasonable period of time.
I want it today.
For the Data Practices Act.
Okay.
Now,
I've been speaking with her about my case with Mr. Richard Leach III, and I know that she had gone to court a couple times because they had not been, let me know when he went to court and what was going on with the case at all. And she would go and she'd, let me know what was going on with the case. And I'm not sure, I can't remember when the next court date she said would be.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that there's a lot of court coming up next week. Let me just double check the court calendar, and if I don't find it on there, I'll go check in your file.
Okay. Yeah, because they have my information. They know, I've called there plenty of times.
Up to the court?
Yeah, they've never returned my call, never let me know what's going on with this case, and I've specifically said, could you please call me, let me know what's going on with this case?
Sure.
Obviously, I would think that they should.
Yeah, let's do that if they're not. Okay, so for next week, I see that he is on for the 24th, which is Wednesday at 1:30.
Okay, and Dee Dee's gone, so she'll be back when?
She'll be back on Monday, and I'm sure that she knows about that, and she's planning on going to that.
Okay.
But I'll talk to her on Monday about it just to make sure.
Yeah, and just have her give me a call. I know we've missed each other a couple times. Playing phone tag here, but I was out of town for the week. I was out of town for the weekend, and last week, at the end of the week. So yeah, if you could just let her know to give me a call, and I'll make sure I have my phone with me on Monday everywhere I go.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Good afternoon, Friends Against Abuse.
Yes, is Dee Dee in?
Yeah, this is her.
Oh, hi Dee Dee, it's Belita. How are you?
I'm good. We keep missing each other.
I know, phone tag. So how have you been?
Not bad.
Good. I was just calling because I've left Mr. Naglosky messages for him to call because I just have some questions about my case, and I know Rick's, is coming up, and for some reason he just seems to never call me back.
I don't know what's with that.
And it's like they have my number because she's like, the gal that I speak to, she's like, oh yeah, we have your number on file, and I'm like, okay, which number do you have? And she's like, well, we got your cell. I give her my home number, so now there's no reason for them not to call me back.
Right.
And it just bothers me that he's never called me back. He doesn't keep me informed. I have to keep calling him.
Mm-hmm.
And I shouldn't have to do that.
No, I wouldn't think so either. And they used to have like a victim's advocate there, but they haven't for quite a while, and it doesn't look like anybody's picking that piece up.
Well, I know, and what really bothers me is that, why, they know what type of person this guy is, and you would think that they would want to inform, the person that he's assaulted and let them know what's going on, even if it's just say, nothing's going on. It doesn't have to be an hour conversation. Just call me and say, hey, nothing's going on yet. As soon as, something does happen, we'll let you know. But I don't get even that.
Right. Well, I did go to court, and all they did was postpone it back to April 4th is a scheduling conference, and April 11th is the jury trial.
Okay, so it's like, why haven't they called me and told me that?
I don't know, Belita.
It just sounds really suspicious to me. I don't know. It just seems like they don't want to inform me about anything.
Well, you're not alone, because other people that I'm working with too are complaining about the same things.
Well, I know, but basically, isn't that their job to inform, these people, myself, what's going on with their trial dates at court?
Right.
It just bothers me that, it just seems like they just don't really give a crap. Like, he's not even really going through the motions of doing his job.
I don't have answers for that. I agree.
And
then he's got two other people in that office right now. And you'd think that somebody would be able to call you.
Yeah, like I said, doesn't have to be an hour conversation. They can just say, you know what, nothing's going on yet. We don't have anything scheduled. When we do, we'll send me a letter even. I don't care. Leave me a message if they can't get to me.
Mm-hmm.
But they can call me. They have my numbers. And, I've basically, I don't know, it just seems weird. It's like they don't want to contact me or contact, anyone else that has a case with them. If, they have other complaints, or if you've heard other complaints, that he's not getting back to them. And, I've basically tried to, Mr. Leach, he hit me in the municipal liquor store. Well, he's banned from life for there because he's assaulted other people there. So they banned him for life. They even have something written up, and they had a lawyer write it up, and they gave it to him so he knows he's banned from there. So I just have a suspicion that, when we do go to court, because I'm going after the municipal, they're liable for what he did to me also. And they said they have video, and they gave it to their attorney. Well, why hasn't Naglosky said that he does have video of Mr. Leach hitting me inside, the municipal liquor store, because the municipal liquor store does not want to be liable for that either. So it's like, is he working with them to minimize the damages or what he's done, and that maybe that's not why he's getting back to me?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Well,
Wouldn't be helping you at all.
Well, why has he not? He has. I don't even know if he's asked for the video that the municipal liquor store has. He's never mentioned it, and they have cameras, so it'd have to show him hitting me. So I mean, you think he'd even want that to help him with his case against him?
For sure.
So why he's never mentioned? They've never mentioned that they've had that.
No, and the liquor store, have they? Because you know them and stuff. Have they told you that they have the assault on tape?
Well, see, that's the thing. My husband has called them. I've talked to them. I've sent them a letter, and our attorney has sent them a letter. And all they've said is that they sent their video to their attorney in Minneapolis to review it, and that's all they've said.
Okay.
So it's like, and we've told Mr. Naglosky that they have cameras. So, and we haven't heard. He's never said, "Oh well, I've asked for it. I haven't gotten it." Or yes, I've gotten it. I've looked at it. There's nothing. So that would help his case against Rick.
Right.
But I would think that's pretty darn important.
Well, I would think so. I mean, it's right there. Did you say you have an attorney too?
Yeah.
Who's your attorney?
George Duransky.
Okay.
And we just found.
Assault?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I guess I don't really need one, but he would be my attorney if I needed one. I mean, because he's actually sent a letter to the liquor store themselves, and no response. Just same thing that they sent it to their attorney in the city because they don't want to have to be liable for anything that he did to me if I ask for damages.
Right. Sure.
So I would think that Mr. Naglosky would like to have that proving that he assaulted me because from, like I said before, and I've told him, and I think I've mentioned this to you when we first met or talked on the phone, that Mr. Leach is trying to say that his sister was the one that assaulted me, not him. And we've told that to Mr. Naglosky, and whoever I spoke to, the gal that answered the phone, she said that, oh yeah, she's heard that also, but they know that that's not true. Well, why wouldn't they ask for the video or recording?
So she said that they know that that's not true. So have they seen the video maybe?
They've never said how, that she's like, yeah, we've heard that, but we know obviously that's not true. Well, okay, you're right. How do they know? But she never said, oh, well, we saw the video or, whatever. So I would think that video is pretty important, and they've never asked for it as far as I know.
Right. Do you want me to talk to them?
Well, I mean, it's like
I don't know what it'll do, but it might.
I know. Well, I remember I called you. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and had mentioned to you about my the same person, Mr. Leach, that assaulted me, went over to my girlfriend's house.
Yep.
Well, I told them that also, and she just basically said, oh well, there's really nothing we can do about that. It's like, okay, well, I just wanted to inform you, what type of person he is, just so you really know, what he's capable of. And it just seems like it just goes in one ear and out the other. So, I mean, I don't even think you calling them and even asking a question, about the camera video would even help, because you think it would.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know if you've spoken to them before.
I've mentioned this case a couple of times, and then I keep calling about, well, when is the hearing going to be? When is that's been pushed back. It's been pushed back.
But they don't really, I mean, that's basically, they're just kind of brushing you off.
Pretty much, I tell them what you've told me, but.
I mean, does it seem like they know what you're, like, that I've mentioned it also, or are they just, oh, okay, well, thank you for that information?
She acknowledges that she's talked to you, but I don't know why they're not following through and why they don't have contact with people.
Right. Well, yeah, because, Mr. Leach, this is not the first time he's ever been in trouble or assaulted anybody. You would think that they'd want to get him off the streets and put him where, he belongs, where he really can't hurt anybody.
Right.
I don't know, but it's just frustrating, because I'm still just at that point where I don't even want to go anywhere by myself. My husband is in Ohio right now because he's helping a friend of ours pick up a vehicle. And I mean, my stepdaughter and I were home alone last night, which is fine, but I lock the doors and I check all the windows. It's like, I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure
I'm
sure it's going to be with me for a while, but, I just don't feel like they really want to prosecute him, as much as they're telling me. Because if he pleads guilty to something, lesser charge or whatever, he's probably not going to get really any time. Probably just another slap on the wrist like he's gotten before.
I would hope not, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in the judicial system either.
Well, I mean, I understand.
How many times he's had,
If you would look at Mr. Leach's file, you would be amazed that this guy is out on the streets walking around. I'm not kidding. He's got other assaults against women. He's got 2 other restraining orders aside from mine. Why don't they put this guy away? They have a really good chance of doing it now, but it doesn't seem like they're getting or asking for all the information that they need to do it.
And it's taking forever.
Yeah, and if he's going to trial, I mean, the gentleman that pulled him off me, why? Because the names that that Mr. Leach gave him, that was assaulting him after he assaulted me, they haven't even asked me, hey, do you have any witnesses that we can call or that we should subpoena? Nothing. Because the guy that actually pulled Rick off of me, they have never even mentioned his name. Why you think they'd ask me, hey, we're going to be going to trial soon, we'd like to have all our information so we can contact these people. Excuse me. And they've never asked me that.
Did they do it all? I mean, really, about this incident?
No, they've never asked me for anything really. I mean, I made a statement when I went to the police station, but they've never sat down and talked to me about this. And you think that they'd want, witnesses that can prove that he's the one who assaulted me.
Right.
So why hasn't he asked me for that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And you gave a statement to police, but you've never really talked to him.
Right. No. He never sat down and said, hey, let me hear your side of the story, what happened, so that way he knows it's coming from me. That, I don't know. It's.
I just pulled up his, what I can access online about his record.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
There's a few different Richard Leaches, but he's Richard Leach III, right?
Correct. Yes, correct. Yeah, see, it's amazing this guy's still walking around.
Grim sex, 4th degree, convicted. Disorderly conduct, theft of a motor vehicle, DWI, fleeing a peace officer in motor vehicle, convicted. Reckless driving, drives with willful or wanton disregard for safety. Traffic accidents, driver involved, failure to stop for accident, for property, no injury though, but another reckless driving with wanton disregard. Another reckless driving.
I know that he was working in, I think it was North Dakota or something like that a couple of years ago, and he got caught driving intoxicated, and I think he's got a warrant out for him there too.
Here's 5th first-degree assault misdemeanor. One was dismissed and one was convicted of. He was convicted of that. Prostitution. He hired a hooker. Offers agrees to hire to engage in prostitution in a public place. Convicted of a gross misdemeanor. Fourth-degree driving while impaired. That was probably the one you're talking about. That was in 2012. That's all I can access. That was the latest one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, isn't that ridiculous?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have a really good chance of putting him away, and it just seems like they're not really asking for all the information that they should have to put him away.
Right.
So
At the very minimum, he should be talking to you at least once in a good, lengthy conversation about what happened.
Right.
And you've never had that.
Nope, I've never spoken to him. And you would think he'd, like you said, at least once talk to me.
Right. For sure.
I don't know. But I did call today again, about a half hour ago, and I spoke to whoever answers his phone. I don't remember her name.
Anita?
Yeah. And I said, she said he's in court today, and I said, okay. I said, she's like, he's not in court tomorrow. I said, well, can you have him call me? I said, I want to speak to him. And she's like, yeah, okay, we got your numbers. And I said, well, let me give you my home number because my cell phone's been kind of acting up goofy. And I said, I don't want to miss his call. So I gave her my home number. She goes, oh, okay, I'll make sure he gives you a call. Well, I guess we'll have to see if he does call me tomorrow. Shoot, lost her on my phone.
Friends Against Abuse.
Hi, it's Kalita. Sorry I lost you on my...
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Your ear or something, huh?
Yeah. But now that I've got you, I don't want to lose you.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I did leave a message, and I just said it. My phone's been acting up, so here's my home number. So have him call me on my home number so I don't miss his call.
Great.
So we'll see if he gives me a call back. But
Why don't you call me tomorrow after he calls you? Hopefully he'll call you.
Yeah.
And I won't say anything quite yet.
Okay.
We'll see if he gets back to you.
Okay. If he doesn't get to me by at least 3 o'clock, I'll give you a call, let you know that he hasn't called me.
Okay.
All right. I really appreciate your help in this. I mean, you've been such a big help, and personally, I just got to thank you so much.
You're welcome, Belita. I wish there was more contact.
Right. I mean, I wish there was too, but I mean, at least, I know that you're there and pulling for me, and that just helps in a big way.
Well, good, because we are.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, and like I'd mentioned to you before that, this summer we'll have to see, because I do want to, do something to help raise, money and, awareness out there for abuse. So.
Awareness is.
Oh, sure.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there. Just got back from court, and I saw a message that you had called on the Richard Leach file.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Well, I mean, this is the first time I've spoken to you, and I'm not sure what's really going on. I mean, I know obviously he's been in court, but I mean, I've contacted your office numerous times to have you call me, and this is the first time that I've, had contact with you about the case. So I just have a few questions.
Okay.
I'm just kind of wondering what you're going for, as in, like, what kind of sentence you're going for that you'd like to see him get, or what do you have? I mean, witnesses, or because you've never asked me if there are any witnesses that I have that would help the case.
Okay, and I'm not allowed to do that.
Okay.
I can't do my own investigation, and so I rely on the police reports. And so So who I have listed as potential witnesses that I notified the defense of would be you and your husband, John,
Mm-hmm.
David and Courtney Moyer, Moyer,
Mm-hmm.
Peter Levasseur?
Yeah, Peter Levasseur. I don't know who that is, but I think you're missing. There's one person that I mentioned in my statement that you haven't contacted, and he is actually the person that saw Mr. Leach assault me.
Okay, who is that person?
Well, his name is Mike Little.
Okay.
So, I'm just kind of wondering why he hasn't been contacted when he was actually the guy that pulled Rick off me.
Okay, I did not see Mr. Little's name in any of the reports by the investigating officers.
Well, it was in my report. It was in the statement that I made to the officers.
Okay.
So that kind of confusing me. If you read my statement, then his name would be in there.
Okay, you gave a
I mean, when I went to give my statement at the police station, I know I mentioned his name.
okay, and yeah, your audio statement.
And it should be in the report the first time when the cops, the night of the assault. It should be in there.
Okay. I had deputies Chad Maston and Dana Olson were the responding officers, and I've gone through their reports a number of times, and Mr. Little's name does not appear in those reports.
Well, I'm surprised because he's the guy that pulled Mr. Leach off me. So I don't know. I guess I'll just have to see the report for myself.
Okay.
And also, at the Northome Municipal, they have cameras, and I'm not sure exactly where they are, but they would have to show Mr. Leach stepping into the municipal to assault me, and I don't know if you have those or not. Have the recording of that night or not?
Okay. My understanding is that Mr. Leach was outside of the bar and summoned you out, and when you
I didn't have a chance to step outside. He stepped in to assault me, and I made that very clear in my report. So they should have a recording of him stepping into the bar and hitting me. I said he called me downstairs to go outside. I didn't say I went outside and he assaulted me. I've always said that he stepped into the bar to assault me, which is the truth.
Okay. Belita said that she was sitting in the bar and noticed outside the window Richard Leach waving her outside so as to possibly speak to her. Belita then exited the bar when she was, quote,
No, I didn't. I never said I exited the bar.
Islam, I'm reading to you from the report I have, okay?
Okay, well I understand that, but that's not how it happened. I don't care if it's a report, that's not how it happened. I've said many times before that he did wave me out, but I opened the door and he stepped in to assault me. So, and that's why Mike Little is very important to this, because Mike Little had to drag him outside of the bar. So if Mike had to drag him outside of the bar and I was inside, I wasn't outside when he assaulted me.
Where does Mr. Little live? Do you know?
He lives in, I think, South Dakota, North Dakota, somewhere. Yeah, he lives out of state.
Okay.
But, it doesn't, for some reason, it just seems like it doesn't seem like this is just really going the way I thought it would be going. I don't know. And I've said, there are people that know that Mike dragged him out of the bar. So he didn't assault me outside. He assaulted me inside the bar because the back of my head hit the wall inside the bar. you know, and I just have I have a reasonable suspicion that this just is, I don't know, it just seems to me that this isn't really, you're not really trying to fully prosecute him.
Well, ma'am, I promise you that I am. I have him charged with a felony, terroristic threats, and assault for the assault against you. The defense has tried a number of times to plead this down to a disorderly conduct, and I have absolutely refused to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this guy is just
You know, and I
a menace to
very
this.
seriously. I can't move the court or the defense counsel faster than they're willing to go.
Right. No, I understand. I totally understand that. But like I said, you know, Mike Little is very important to this case because he grabbed him off of me and drug him outside. So, you know, and that's exactly how it happened.
Okay, and I understand that now, and I made a note of that for the file. I'll disclose that to the defense attorney.
Yeah, so I would think that he'd be very important to, you know, to this case.
Do you know Mr. Little's middle name?
You know, I don't. It's a friend of my husband's from high school. Him and his wife. It was probably second time I've ever met them because they do live out of state. They came and spent the weekend with us.
Okay.
I don't know his middle name or anything. Like I said, it was the second time I'd met them. And I mean, if you need that information, it should be in the file with my husband's case.
Okay.
Because
would your husband have contact information?
Yes, he would. But he is not here at the time. He is out of state right now. He won't be home probably until Friday.
Okay. When he returns, because at this point we're scheduled for a settlement conference on April 4th, and then the matter set for trial for April 11th.
Right. Okay. Excuse me.
And so when your husband returns from out of state, if he can contact law enforcement with the contact information for Mr. Little, then we'll follow the correct procedure.
Sure.
And so I'm not.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, we want to follow the correct procedure. We don't want anything to jeopardize this case. So I mean, we're going to do whatever you think that we should do. Of course, we're going to do that because this guy needs to be put away.
I agree. And I appreciate that you're. Frequently, we have victims who aren't cooperative. They don't want to bother with coming to court, and I appreciate that you're not one of those.
No, I you know, this guy has been doing this for so many years, and it's about time that, you know, somebody stops him and puts him away and puts him where he needs to be because he doesn't really care about anybody's life but his own. You know, and we've heard that, you know, that his sister's going to try and say that she was the one that assaulted me. Well, that's baloney because she wasn't even around. She wasn't even there when it happened. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous that his family is even trying to help him through this. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the guy is nothing but trouble, and he needs to be accountable for his actions. Definitely. I just don't agree with, you know, the way he lives his life, and I think he needs to be put away, and he should be, and I'm hoping he will be put away.
I'm working hard to try and do that.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if, you know, like I said, the municipal liquor store, we had contacted them because, you know, we've heard that they had cameras. Well, that would show him, you know, coming into the bar, assaulting me, and we thought, well, when this first happened, we contacted them so that they could hand that over to you guys, and they said that they had reviewed it and sent it to their attorney in Minneapolis, I think it was, and that's basically it. So if they have something showing him coming in and hitting me, I think that'd be very important to the case.
I agree.
So if you don't know about this, I think I'd contact them.
Okay, and I will be in contact with them.
So, you know, I just want to make sure that we have everything that we need to prove that he needs to be put away. So yeah, I will have my husband, call the police department on Friday when he gets home and give them his information.
That would be very helpful. I'd appreciate that.
Okay, I certainly will do that. And thanks for calling me. I appreciate that.
Yep. Take care.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.